welcome to the His and Hers Show with Jody
and Alex Musiak.
And today, Alex and I are going to share with you one of our new favorite mantras. So, what is it, you might ask? It is, everything is figure-outable.
Yes, we have it posted everywhere in our house.
So if you're not familiar with Marie Forleo, she has just came out with a book. Well, it was September, and I read it in September, and it's called Everything's Figure-outable. Now, she's been using this for a long time. It's her mantra, and it's her company uses it a lot, and I found that it really does work. So, you know, when you're finding something stressed out, or, you know, say, let's go back to your snowblower incident in the winter. Like, if you would have been like, everything's figure-outable, it gives you that chance for a couple things work out here. It makes you pause, so you don't act out of a irrational situation, or like, you know, jump into something that might not work, or well, actually, let's not go with not work, but it's irrational.
Yeah, taking action without thinking first.
It also helps you get out of victim mode. So, like, when you're like, oh, poor me, like, oh, why does this always happen to me? This sucks. I suck. And you get all with that. It's like, wait, everything is figure-outable. It's really powerful. Mm-hmm. It really gets you to, if we talk about an energy part of you, like a point of view, you're, you know, like, oh, poor me, I suck. You know, you're down there. That's really low energy. But you're like, everything's figure-outable. Like, it really does bring your energy higher. And guess what? When your energy's higher, you are just at an easy or at a better place to make more positive decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. I can attest to that. When you're when you're in a higher energy, like when you're hopeful and inspired, ideas flow better.
Yes.
Than when you're down and on yourself or others.
I can't remember what it was, but like you were doing something like over the past month or so. And I was like, just remember, everything's figure-outable. It's like, you're right. Everything is figure-outable.
Yep.
I can't remember what it was. Because I've now been using it all the time. There was an example where I actually jumped to everything's figure-outable before I even needed to have it. So I forget what I was doing. I was doing something, and it was really windy and stormy outside, and the power started flickering. I'm like, we haven't even made supper yet. I was like, if the power goes out before we eat supper, and I was actually like, oh goodness, here goes something else wrong. And, you know, I was going through that
spiral. Yeah,
I was going into that, and I was only there for a minute where I'm like, wait, I'm in victim mode. Like, let's get out of here. Let's get out of victim mode town. And like, this is like being in victim mode. It does not serve anybody, mostly yourself. And I was like, wait a second. Everything's figure-outable. The power goes out, and I literally figure out how we can make supper without hydro and how to get the kids to bed. Like, I had this whole plan, and then the power didn't go out. So everything is figure-outable. It really is. Now, obviously, in her book, she mentions, like, there's certain things that it doesn't work for. But for most things in life, it's a really good mantra to have.
Yeah, most of the time, when you think there's no hope, and if you just pause, there is. There's always something. There's always a solution.
So if you're going through something, or even if you aren't right now, I highly recommend, you know, adding it. If you do mantras, that's a really good one to add to your mantra list, or just have somewhere handy for any area, like in work. Maybe have it at your desk, or like just have it in places that you can see it and use it until it just becomes a daily thing. Like, so when something happens, you know, you're running late to an appointment, or you know, things aren't just working out.
You burnt supper.
Yeah, you burnt.
It happens.
I like how you make it sound like it happens to us. It doesn't happen.
It happened to me.
Oh, okay. Anyways, there's always order in.
Yeah.
Anyways, so it really is, you know, something to lean on when you feel like things are spiraling out of control. Lean on the mantra and just use it wherever you like. I've just found it worked really well in our life so far.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to share?
No,
about like how
I do that when I get frustrated. And you know what? What's helped, because Jody has actually put like cards in various places that we spend time in, like bathrooms, like on the corner of the mirror, or like at her work desk, or I've actually got it like near my computer, and other places as well. and
in the living room.
And that's good too. Yeah, in the living room on the bookshelf, and the places where you're
gonna see it.
Where you're gonna see it, but also where, as a family, we spend a lot of time like interacting with each other, right? With little kids, so we're in the bathroom with them, that kind of stuff. So my kids are still really good at getting under my skin. So
that's their job.
Yeah, that's their job. I'm not sure if that's ever going to change, but
nope.
They tend to do it like around bedtimes, around bath times, right? And having these cards there, and they're on colorful paper too. So do that on colorful paper as well. I find it really works, because like I'll start getting frustrated and then I'll see that card and be like, right, everything is figure outable, and it sort of like just diffuses me right away, and that's good for me, and that's good for our kids.
They're on colorful cue cards for anybody that wants to know exactly what I use.
That's what I'm talking about.
And the lines I actually put them so the lines are on the back, so I don't see the lines. So this way I can just have like a fun, flowy font, just for anybody interested.
I want to do their own thing, and I find that that's really helped quite a bit. And I do, and it has become part of the thing. I just, my internal monologue. There you go, or my internal dialogue, even at work when I'm thinking. You know, like if I'm struggling with something or whatever, it will actually just pop up now. I don't have to call on it as much. Like it just manifests itself in my mind, going, everything's figure outable, and I usually see it in my mind on a little colorful card. And and then that allows me to step back and, you know, maybe take a break, maybe shift gears, come back to a problem later, and help me find the solution that I'm looking for. And it's been really good. I really do enjoy that. And I look forward to getting through all of her book, because there's more in there than that.
Oh yeah, that's just like part of it, and it's just the foundation and her philosophy of everything she does. But her book, not that, you know, I'm not selling her book or anything.
We're not sponsored or anything.
And but I really did love everything about it in her book, and it was just very inspirational and motivating. And if anybody does know Marie Forleo, you know her energy's like off the charts amazing, and it's through her book. So that's just a side note on the book. But for everything's figure outable, it doesn't mean that you're gonna figure out, like you're gonna say everything's figure outable and then like poof, you got an idea. It might take time, but it gets that you into a positive mindset so you can figure it out. Because nothing good happens in victim mode. You just spiral, you blame yourself, you blame others, you blame the weather. And nothing, you can't, while you're in blame, you can't problem solve.
And any action you take, if it doesn't result in a positive outcome, it just feeds into that negativity even more. Case in point, snowblower. Yet again, the story that keeps on giving.
So, you know, if you find yourself, you know, beating yourself up or being hard on yourself or on others, you know, I highly recommend bringing this into your world, this mantra of everything is figure outable. It really does help. And it's this beautiful, easy, and, you know, I've used so many different affirmations and sayings and things, but this one just sticks really good and it just feels right. Yeah,
it's something I've internalized without finishing her book. So
like it's so easy, like everything's figure outable. You don't have to remember, like, I am a lot, you know, like this huge long thing. It's just like, it's like flicking a switch. It really is. So you go from negative to positive, and it's such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing.
Yeah. And we, like I said, we've got little cards everywhere, and that helps you internalize it. And then once it's internalized, I don't know. I don't think you should take down the cards. I think they're I like them, so don't take them down.
Well, here's the fun thing about when you put things up, eventually you actually just stop seeing them because it just becomes part of your surroundings. It's just like anything in your environment, you don't really notice things anymore. But if I move like the coffee table a different direction or in the way in a place that you walk, you'll start tripping over it because you know you might not even see it. Or like, you know what I mean? Like you have to switch things. So it actually eventually just is not there anymore. And that's why you have to almost switch things around if they're not internalized like yours are. Oh,
okay. That's a good tip then. So if it wasn't internalized yet, we'd move the cards around.
Or, you know, like,
or do something different.
Look at all the ones I have around my desk.
Yes.
A lot of the times I actually have to I have cards here. Like sometimes I forget. Or then I'm like, oh, one's missing. So then I actually pay more attention because then they've fallen down. So yeah, if this is something that you like, write it down, use it. And if it's not, well, that's okay too. We just wanted to share one of our new favorite mantras. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you have a beautiful, beautiful day.
Bye for now.